Hi guys. So I didn't think of making pickles, but I thought I would videotape making pico. It's kind of a two-step process. It has to sit in the fridge overnight. So we're varying the ingredients. My sister doesn't want any peppers in her pico. She likes it mild, and she doesn't want any of my green peppers in there either, so we're going to do this by ear. So I'm going to all of these tomatoes that you see here came out of my garden. The garlic and the onion came from the store, as did the cilantro. Yes, that came from my garden. No. And the lime juice. So just the tomatoes, but I'm pretty happy that, I got this big a haul. I got one full size. Now you can see on the window there's another one, a bigger one, ripening. He popped off the vine when I pulled this one, so he gets to ripen over there. He's starting to turn, but we're just gonna very carefully chop everything off. Put it in a bowl, douse it with salt and pepper and lime juice, and then cover it and put it in the fridge overnight. And that's what it says to do. And then tomorrow we'll do the rest. But for you, it'll be right after this, seamless. So, yes, we are just going to dice. Now they say don't use the baby ones because you get too much skin. We don't. My sister doesn't care. She said, make me pico. Just like she said, make me pickles. So, she's highly excited too because, you're watching me and it looks like my fingers are right next to this. They're a good 5 inches away from this knife, so don't worry about it. But it turns out because the pickles have to sit a month, cure a month on the shelf, that they will cure a month and then they will go into the fridge overnight, and she will get to eat them on her birthday. Ruby! I call her Rude E sometimes. She is under my tripod just flopping around. But she will get to eat those pickles on her birthday. So she was highly excited. She said, birthday pickles. Yes. So I hope you are all having a wonderful week. I should be saving these seeds. In fact, I will. I did that with my cucumber seeds. And I got a whole... She just walked around the tripod. Yes, I know. I am all over the place. But not my knife skills. My knife skills are right on point and away from my fingers. Because that is how I roll. Now, I watch Worst Cooks in America. I would be getting the red finger. Do any of you know what that means? Yeah. I know I do not have... She would be all over me. I am horrible with names. I know her name. Chef Ann. I love Chef Ann. I love her to death. But I feel comfortable that way. I don't know. But yes, my finger would be colored red. I have so many seeds here for these lovely little cherry tomatoes that I'm going to dry out. I should be using a smaller knife too. I have a smaller knife here. It's just not as sharp. And so it does not like to go through the tough little... Let's cut this big tomato. And yes, you can't see it, but I do have the claw hand. Ruby, you want that tomato? You want to go eat that tomato that just fell? She loves to eat anything. This dog eats apples, carrots. Now, the other one loves, she loves green beans. Ziva, I found out one day I was shucking, well, no, I wasn't shucking, that's peas. But I was snapping green beans, and I dropped one, and I thought she had run off and just dropped it somewhere. She was so quick about it. But she had eaten it and came running back for more. No, my knife skills are not that great. I do not have great knife cuts. They are not even, but I get the job done. Wow, this tomato is so rich it looks like watermelon. Ooh, it smells great too. But she will beg for green beans, for peas. What else does she love? She loves green vegetables. I think she likes broccoli. She is just, she loves it. She'll come back for it. She loves it cooked. She loves it raw. She does not like apples. She will eat carrots. But she is not a fan of the sweet fruit. And she used to like banana. She likes a really ripe banana. You know, most dogs like banana. No. It takes her a while. She'll only eat it if she thinks her sister's coming for it. And then she's like, nope, I will eat it now. I will eat it because my sister cannot have it. Yeah. Ruby is a food monger and will eat anything. She hardly chews it, which I think is bad for her. Bad for her digestion. Lots of juice in this tomato. Now look at this. This is my baby tomato that I got this year. It's so tiny. It's like a jelly bean. He's so tiny. I only have to cut him once. I'm going to try the smaller knife. He's just so big. Yeah, this is like sawing. It's kind of sharp. I think my dad sharpened it. It's just some of the tougher skinned ones. It's like, I can hear Ziva. My dad has his clean sheets on the couch, and Ziva's making sure they smell like her. She's nesting in them. We're going to decorate for fall and Halloween. And when that is done, because I know we will clean up the house, we'll take you on a tour. You can see our lovely house. We tried to decorate for most holidays. It makes us happy. It cheers us up. We don't overdo it. I mean, we live in a tiny house. Only about 820 square feet, and that's after my dad finishes the front, which I will give you an update on soon. Oh, so many seeds. If I can dry most of these, I won't have to buy seeds for years. I know they're only good for a few years, but I could share them. I don't remember. I mean, I planted a couple of types of cherry tomatoes, so I don't know what varieties these are, but I'm willing to share if people don't care what variety they're getting. They're very, very prolific, very yummy little dwarf tomato or cherry tomato seeds. I have little signs out there, but I don't remember which plant I got them off of, so as long as you're not really caring or OCD about, oh my gosh, I have to know what tomato that is. Sarah, I'm making Pico in a video right now. And that was my sister, Sarah, with an H. She thinks that's important. I call her Schnook, which is a word I picked up out of a book when I was like 12. And it turns out it's a Yiddish insult, but it was an endearing nickname I gave her, and it stuck. Clean this table right before I started, so that's fine. I can't even pick them all up. I hope you're all doing good, and I'll figure out how to speed this up so you're not just sitting there watching me cut tomatoes for 20 minutes. So I haven't really started any new projects. I've been working on my dad's blanket that was a work in progress that had no apparent home, but he needs a blanket for his bed, and he saw it and liked it, so it's his now. And I kind of made up the pattern. Has a built-in border, so that's nice. Just hope I have enough yarn for it. Because of course, by the time I got back to working on it, one of the colors of yarn is discontinued. I was able to get one skein of it off of eBay and find one person on Ravelry to trade me a skein of it. Now, I thought I was using 2 strands of it held together, but found out when I started working it again, I'm only using 1. So, the color that I might run out of is in the border, the discontinued color. And that I had 2 partial skeins of, so I might actually not run out of it, since I have now 2 partial skeins and 2 full skeins. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I did show you guys it a while back. It's made out of Lime Brand Homespun, and it's a basket weave with a cream colored center and a brown border. So it's coming along nicely, but I think it's going to take a while to make because, you know, basket weave shortens up the stitches. So I just work on it when I'm not working on other things or I want something pretty absent-minded to do. And I actually, in the program that I use for pattern keeping and row counting, because I paid for the premium for a year, it lets you write your own patterns in it. And I know, I look away when I'm cutting and you guys think I'm going to cut my fingers. I only do that when I already have the knife on the board. I've been doing this for years. I know that's when people say that, and then they make a mistake and cut off their fingers on the table saw or whatever. My neighbor was in construction for 40 years and then cut off 4 of his fingers. I will no longer do that. I have just learned my lesson. By saying that to you, I realize my mistake. You can all breathe easier. Yep. Never take it for granted. Never think you're smarter than the knife. Never think you know more than fate, destiny, or a sneeze. You are all so right to be yelling at me while I am using a knife. Thank you. Look at all of those seeds. Do you see them all? Okay, if anybody wants cherry, dwarf, whatever these are, grape tomato seeds, I'm going to try to dry all these. We'll see how many I can get. And I will put them in little envelopes or baggies or whatever. And you guys, my email is in my about page, and I will try to remember to put it in the description of this video. And you just email me if you want some of these. Look at these gorgeous little, look how perfect these are. Okay? And I will send you some seeds. Because all it's going to take is a stamp. Alright? I'll even send them internationally, because that'll only take an international stamp. I'll do it. I love all of you. You're all my friends and family. And I want to share my luscious baby little tomatoes with you, whatever these may be. And maybe they'll be hybrids now, because these came off of 2 kinds of plants. So I may be sending you a mix of seeds, and you may make your own. We may be making a Lethalia hybrid now. Alright, that was the last tomato. I'm going to do the garlic first because I don't want to weep. But let's get these seeds off of here first, okay? Let's try to save these. I'll be right back. This Ruby, out of my way, please. Yeah, she always goes in front of me. So this is how we're going to do it. I didn't want to do a paper towel this time because there's too much liquid. So and onto my lovely pajama pants. Okay, that got most of them. Okay, I'm just going to say this. I don't use a knife like my mother or my grandmother. I may put that through a sieve to get the liquid out. I'm going to go put this somewhere safe. Ruby, scoot. Scoot is our activation word for the dogs. Good girl. Okay. My mother and my grandmother both a bit crazy and would take this, and I'm not going to act it out because I would get this video taken down, and would shake it less than an inch from your eye and cackle about it. Terror dreams. Yep. Okay, so that's going to get us a few jars of Pico. That is a lovely amount. So it said, you know, a small white onion. So I took half of the one we got because, yeah. But I'm going to mince this garlic first because I don't like working with small things. Yeah. Because I don't want to cry yet. And onions always make me cry. And then we just go to town on that. But let's get this one into the fray first. I'm actually using the leftover garlic from my pickles. So, waste not, want not. I didn't know I'd be needing garlic for the Pico. My sister forgot to tell me all the ingredients I'd need. So, and then we mince. And for me, because I went to pastry school and not cooking school, we didn't learn knife cuts. We learned to shred chocolate or to curl chocolate, but not like mincing. And, you know, you cut up apples for an apple pie or slice them thin, but you didn't have to get them an even thing. No one was looking inside the pie to see your even cuts. So this is how I do it. I just keep my fingers out of the way and make sure they're all tiny and there aren't any big chunks. And then, you know, I've learned from watching shows how to cut a carrot into like semi-even small cuts and stuff like that. And, you know, now that we have streaming services, I went down a rabbit hole of cooking shows, and I'm like, I can finally watch Julia Child. And yeah. Oh my Lord, that smells so good. My dad grew up in Philadelphia, and he said when I was cooking the brining juice that was going in the jars for the pickles, that it took him back to when he was a kid and there was a deli across the street on the corner, and he'd go in for candy and he'd smell the vinegar for the pickles with the garlic in the back of the store, because I was cooking and it was vinegar and water and salt and garlic, and it smelled delicious in our kitchen. But he said it took him back to his childhood, because I didn't grow up in a city. I grew up in small towns, and we didn't have like corner delis and stuff like that. And so, yeah. Back to the big knife now. Now, I know there's a way where you cut into it so far and everything like that. And I can't do that. I don't do that. Now remind me not to touch my face, alright? Or there will be fees to pay. No, we are not flipping. We have more to cut. And this is why you do those cuts, because then you get down. Alright, well now we're cutting this way. We pivot. We pivot. Alright. Tiny onions make me cry. That's too big of a pile for me to cut. Oh yeah, it's hitting me. It's getting me. And you're all looking at me going, that's not how you cut onions. This is how I cut onions. It's called a hate-hate relationship. I like cooked onions. I love them cooked. They're delicious. My sister asked for pico. Pico is raw onions. No, crunchy onions. Well, I can deal with crunchy onions when there aren't many of them, and they're diced up small. Well, they're getting diced up small, but this is a bit much for me. And right now I'm breathing them in. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I do the one-handed thing a lot. Ooh, that's a nice dice. Sound like we're in a real kitchen. I'm gonna judge when we get to like too many onions in there for the tomatoes, you know? If it starts to look like the onions are overpowering, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to mince up the rest of these onions and then I'm going to freeze them. And I don't know if a lot of you do that. I freeze peppers and I freeze onions, and then I pull them out of the freezer and I toss them in a pan for omelets. And then they thaw out as they're cooking, and then I pour the egg over them, and it's a perfect omelet. So yeah, and that is a great ratio in my brain. So the rest of this, okay. So where's my mouse? Peppers, which we're not adding. Onions, tomatoes, cilantro, and finely chopped garlic, which it was finely chopped. So we just need cilantro, and they were calling for a 1/4 cup. I'm trying to judge Now they were talking about 7 to 8 plum tomatoes, and I think I got about that many with mine. So a quarter cup. No, I am not bleeding. That is tomato. Okay. Oh, it's all connected. Alright. So let's chop it up, and then we'll judge how much there is. I don't know if you count stems when you're cutting. And if some more onion gets in there, so be it. Trying to get the smell of it while I'm chopping it, because it should be bruising it and releasing the oils, and I'm trying to sound like Ted on Chopped, and like I know what I'm talking about, and you know, Iron Chef talk and Guy Fieri talk, and come on people. It smells like I'm in the woods, and it's rained, and I'm smelling the leaves. That's what it smells like to me. I mean, lately I've been smelling mushrooms when I'm in the woods because they're popping up everywhere, and I have to keep the dogs from eating them because they're bad for them, and then they throw up, and, you know. I'm not sure I like cilantro. It smells funky. It's not like basil or... What did I put in? I put dill in the pickles. I like the dill. Cilantro's... No, I'm not liking the cilantro. Alright, you are finally chopped, and you look like a quarter cup, so in you go. I have been able to learn measurement guessage, at least this way. Now, ask me length, height, and that kind of thing. No. Because my dad's like, well, I am better with like quarter inch, half inch, couple inches like that. I got the funky stuff on my hands now. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'd rather be making salsa than pico. But I'm not going to be eating it, so the rest of this funky... No, it smells like it's something you shouldn't be eating. Like, this would turn me off. If I went by smell, like animals do, no, it would say, don't eat me. Am I making you laugh yet? Okay. So, I didn't bring a spoon over, so I'll be using this baby knife. And we're supposed to salt and pepper, and so I pulled out the fancy stuff, my grinders. This one's a Mediterranean sea salt, and it says a quarter cup. Are they trying to kill you? This is kind of a big grind it's set on. I don't know how to reset it. Hopefully it'll dissolve with the moisture. I'm not putting a quarter cup in there. Okay. Alright. And a teaspoon of black pepper. Sounds like it should be the opposite. That smells so good. Fresh ground black pepper. Oh. I wish you could smell this. I always put a little extra. Alright, I'm going to show this to you because apparently cooking with Mel, if you saw my making the cookies episode, cooking with Mel goes a lot better. Though we haven't cooked anything, we've just like chopped stuff up and, you know. Okay, ready? Look at, can you see this? Where's the light? Can you see that beauty? Hold on. Hold on. Maybe. Maybe. Can you see? Yeah. And now I've got a tablespoon. No, that's juice of 2 limes. That would probably be like what? 4 tablespoons? La 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 la. It's so yummy. I was always a tenor. Da, da, da. Make some margaritas after this, except I hate tequila. It's one of the only alcohols I cannot stand. I can taste it in its smallest form. You put a drop of that in any mixed drink. Like it could have 6 kinds of alcohol and a drop of tequila. I will not drink it. Yep. That. And I can also taste the smallest hint of coffee in anything. And I do not like coffee. So, yeah. Which probably good because, you know, bipolar, ADHD, borderline personality disorder. Do I really need something with that much caffeine in my life? I mean, I did live a part of my life where I was taking the Vivarin pills because my work was working me 72 hours a week, where I would get off a 12-hour shift, go home, fall asleep, and they'd wake me up after 3 hours sleep and say, we need you to come in an hour. Someone called off. And I'd be like, I just got home. And they'd be like, well, you're the assistant manager. You need to come cover. No. And I'd still do it. Yeah. Okay. So, this is our lovely. And it's going to sit in the fridge overnight. And then tomorrow we'll come back and can it. And I will show you that process. And thank you for joining me. I love you all. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And mwah, yeah, onion hands. Have a great day and shine like the stars I know you are. Bye. Hey guys. Okay, so part dos. I guess it'd be dos because it's Pico de Gallo. Or salsa fresca, as my sister's calling it. To you, it's right away. To me, it's the next day. Ignore this, it's not dirty, it's stained. It's one of my favorite shirts. Hold on. Very Halloween. There's, wait. Nope, there are no brains on it, just the same. I dyed my hair with it on, bleached it actually, so that's all bleach stains. Anyway, not doing that again. I am waiting for this big pot to boil. It's already been going for about half an hour. Not quite half an hour. My time sense has warped. A lot of things. So, that's got the jars in them to sterilize, and of course my dog says, hey, a tripod to knock over, let's do it. But, so when I start hearing the party going on inside, I'll start timing it. And then I've got that bowl, yes, that one my finger is on right now, is the delicious smelling salsa mixture we made last night. Maybe you can see it better in the light. Take away. It smells so good. I don't want it pouring out. We need the liquid. The liquid is our life juice. So I will be moving you around the kitchen with me, but I will pause you in between so as not to make anybody sick. I hope you can hear me over the fans. I have rarely been complained about not being able to be heard. So, and then we take the juice from that and we make the juice that goes in the cans, the canning juice on the stove, and then we heated up the vegetables in the juice, but we don't cook it because then it becomes salsa. We don't want cooked salsa. We want, you know, Pico de Gallo, which is raw salsa, fresh salsa, salsa fresca, you know, uncooked vegetables. If you cook it down, it becomes regular salsa, and she doesn't want that. And she's picky. She's picky. She can probably hear me. She says she can hear everything. I'm in a mood today. So, I know, watch pot never boils, but this gets really hot, so. Oops. It's a bubbling. Okay, so if I put this back up, my friends gave me this. They just gave it to me. They're not canning anymore, so they gave it to me. My dad's like, you gotta return it afterwards. I'm like, no, it's mine. It's a 21-quart pressure cooker from 1971. I'm never gonna cook anything in it. It's like corroded and stuff inside. It's always gonna be for canning. Mine. No, I'm not hugging it. It's boiling hot. So, actually, those are little jars. Okay. They're little jars. I could only get jelly jars, but you only one little jar of, you know, fresh salsa at a time, right? Yeah. Okay. So, change of view. Okay. Now we're at the sink. I've got the pot I'm going to use with the juices. Actually, that's not what I need. I need a measuring cup, which of course is going to make me have to be even more accurate. But we're going to put that inside of the big one. So, we're using our noggin. Just pouring it slowly over the end, and it all falls out. I don't have my spatula, but I do have a spoon. Oh, I wish you could smell this. Onions and garlic. And thankfully it's overpowered the cilantro, which smelled horrible to me. My sister says apparently cilantro smells like soap to some people. I guess that's what it smelled like to me. It just did not smell like food. Alright, let's just say that. I would not put it in my mouth. I am not a big salsa fan. I eat it when it's mixed in with my food. I like guac. I like sour cream. And then I'll add a little salsa on top of that, mild. I can't take heat. No, I'm definitely not getting 2 cups of liquid out of this. But then again, I didn't make as big a batch as what they called for, really. And I probably didn't put as much lime juice in as they called for. Pressing. You cannot have this. This has two things you can't have: onions and garlic. They will shut down your liver and kidneys. In case anybody didn't know. Onions, garlic, bad for dogs. Depending on how much liquid I get, I will be adjusting the liquid recipe for how much I make. And I also put all 10 of my jars in there. I know I won't need them, but I didn't want empty space for them to be rattling around and possibly cracking and moving around, falling over while they were boiling. So I got almost a cup of liquid, and it called for 2, so that's not too bad. All right. Moving location. See you over there. Okay, now what I have in the pot is apple cider vinegar, the liquid from the vegetables, and sugar. And I'm supposed to bring it to a boil until the sugar is dissolved, and then put it on its lowest heat until the jars are ready. And I'm hoping they're going to happen around the same time. So, yeah. And then we add the vegetables until the vegetables are hot, and we can then put the vegetables in the jars. So, yeah. I got good burners here. It's propane stove, and that's my excellent burner. That's my turbo burner. I told them I want it to be turbo. Put it high heat. It will burn things like eggs and food, but it is a great boiling burner. This is my second highest heat for boiling. So, I think it's all mixed in, no clumps on the bottom to burn, so I could probably let it just boil now. I'm a little bit of a worrier. You can see the reflection of that liquid. Let me show you. See, it's lovely tomatoey color. Oh yeah, it's heating up because it's hissing when it hits the bare sides. So I'm just going to let that boil on its own. muttering in the background while you watch that. I have to get my tools back out of my box. I put them away to straighten up yesterday. Got my tongs for my jars. This is a cool funnel that came in the kit, wide mouth funnel. Magnet thing to put the lids on without getting them upset. And this, on one side it's a bubble wand, and on the other side it'll measure headspace for you. Okay, so those are processed, and this is boiling. So I can add, I am actually going to leave that boiling. I'm going to add my vegetables back to my liquid, and I'm going to turn it to low already because that's all dissolved, and I just want to heat up my vegetables. So I'm going to do it with the spoon. I don't want them to cook into a salsa, so I'm putting them on a low heat. This has a good low heat setting too. And it said it just wants to warm them so they can go into a hot jar, because they have to be hot to go into a hot jar. But you don't want to cook it. You don't want to get all this vegetable matter out of here. I don't want to lose any of it. It's also yummy smelling. Waste not, want not. That's why I'm using the spoon instead of the whisk, because it can get into all these little cracks. And I'm leaving that boiling because I'm going to put the finished jars back into the hot water bath to process. And if I turn it off boiling, it's going to take forever to get back to boiling. So while this heats up, I'm going to keep an eye on that. I am going to get these jars out of here. Should be wearing gloves, but I was born of dragons. Yep, that's hot. That's hot. Alright. Okay, maybe I'll turn it off while I'm leaning over it. Okay. Mitts, laugh at me while you will, babes. Sometimes even steam is too hot for me. Good grip, good grip. Slippery little things. I'm not used to this yet. Pour the water out. We have one. One fell over because they're not quite big enough. Now I'm only going to pull out enough to like fill, because why would I pull out all of them? I'm not going to fill all of them. I think I need no more than 6. space on this one. Down to the rim. Good to know. Okay. And that is hot. Since it's for my sister and I'm not selling it or anything, that's fine. Alright. Now. Punch jars are hot. Fill them. Okay. That is not hot, thank goodness. Time to move you so you can see the mess I'm about to make. Okay. Let the fun begin. I hope I don't get in the way of your view. Okay. So 1/2 inch head space is right to there. And we're just going to start filling. It's a little soupy. I think the liquid was a little too much for it. Hopefully it'll, you know, solidify up a little. Well, look at that. 3 jars exactly. Didn't that turn out nice? Yep, that's hot. And now we do the fun little thing. Which you can watch me mess with, and as long as the bacteria is not on the inside. Yeah, I can't get this thing off. That jar is hot, but not too hot for me. Okay. So these guys get to go back in. Came up to 3 exact jars, Dad. Okay, that spits at you when it goes in. No, not on your side. Stand up. Stand up for salsa. Okay, go in. Go into your spot. You're still hot. Yes, you are. But I can touch you now. And we start timing when it starts boiling again. Hi guys. So it's boiling. I put the timer on for 15 minutes for it to process. I realized I didn't do the bubble wand, but it settled pretty good. It's also very liquidy. I think it'll be okay. She's gonna eat it very quickly. Tell me if I'm wrong. Alright, I'll see you in a minute. Timer just went off. All ready. And did I turn that off? Has it not been boiling? Or did I just turn it off now? Well, guess what? We're going to boil it some more. Because a little extra won't kill it. If it boils immediately, it means I just turned it off. I'm losing my mind, people. Honestly, it's not going to help. I don't think I turned it off earlier, but I need to process that. So when it boils, I'm going to boil it 10 minutes because they are small jars. And if I absentmindedly turned it off when I set the timer, it's no good. So boiling it an extra 10 minutes, water bathing it, is not going to kill it. Okay, I'll see you on the flip side. While that's boiling for another 10 minutes and processing, I'm going to cut up my pepper haul from here. These are my baby peppers. They were supposed to be carnival peppers, you know, come in all sorts of colors, white, purple, red, orange. They all came green because they never got to grow to their full potential. We got our first frost last night. Got down in the mid-30s. And I went out and plucked them to save their tiny little lives. And now they must face the guillotine. The forged, can you see it? Forged in fire. Hold on. I don't know if you can see it. Forged in fire guillotine. Wait, there's one more. One more little baby. They will be chopped up and put in my freezer. Oh, they have seeds inside. Guess what? Guess what happens to seeds this year? All seeds that can be get saved and used again. Oh, so many seeds. It's like all seeds. Well, they are tiny. They are tiny. There's going to be no pepper, and it's all seeds. All spine and seeds. Yep. No pepper. Just scrape it. Scrape out all those seeds, and maybe next year, I will get some purple peppers. Flying purple pepper eater. One-eyed, one-horn. And that's all I'm going to say. Because I don't know about copyright. Not that I'm monetized or anything. Yep, see. That's all the pepper I got from the baby one. But, I mean, he was baby. This one's got a few... It's got a bruised bit on it. Nope. No good there. Even his seeds are brown. Oh, I can get some off of the top of this one. We take everything we can get. actually getting a bit off of this guy. I'm not a fan of green peppers. They're a bit too tart for me. But I will eat them cooked. I will eat them in my omelet. I will eat them in my, well, yeah, pretty much omelet. Look at all those seeds. Look at all those seeds, Dad. For next year. My dad's trying not to be seen. Say hi, Papa. He says, nope. I'll be back with you after I process. Okay, now I've processed it, definitely. So. Get out our 3 jars. Hopefully they're not salsa. Going to get out the empties too so I can put them away. And I'm done canning now. Put this big pot away. Yeah, and there's bird. I got many of those in the way. Fall over right up against the edge of the thing. Put those 3 where you can see them. One more, and he's got to be a pain. Woohoo! I didn't break any. And that moves back there to cool down. And we just listen for the tink, 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 which I hope happens. I'm not going to make you guys listen for the tink, tink, tink. It could be a half an hour. I don't know. But they look good, right? So that was me making Pico de Gallo. We'll see. She wants me to put one immediately in the fridge when it cools down, so we'll see how she likes it. I hope you have a great day. Bye!